Hello, welcome again to another day of classes. Today we're going to be continuing with the Interchange 5th edition level 2, the Blue Book, and today we're going to be starting with the Unit 4 of this book. And as always, we're going to be starting with the language summary or the vocabulary that we're going to be seeing in this lesson. And as you can see on the time of the video, it's going to be a bit long, but it means that we have more things to learn. So let's go right in. Okay, we're gonna start talking about food and beverages. Okay, let's start with nouns. Check. The check is what you pay at the end in the restaurants. Like you bought a cheeseburger, two onion rings, and one chicken wrap, and all of this with all the of money that you need to pay. That's your check. Okay, that's why you say pay the check. Okay, cilantro. It's these herbs. Coconut. I think you know coconuts. Comfort foods. Comfort food is a food that provides a nostalgic or sentimental value to someone and might be characterized by its high caloric nature, um, high carbohydrate level, or simple preparation. It's like those food that remember you home. Maybe are some pancakes with syrup, or maybe a stew that your mother makes or something, or your grandma makes. All of these can be known as comfort food. Curry. The curry is a lot of species and seasonings that we use usually with rice and a sauce. Okay, all of these seasonings are curry, and you can make like a stew, something like that. Okay, this is an eggplant. I don't know why it's a plant that is an egg because this doesn't look as like an egg at all, but it's called eggplant. Fish. The fish are the animals from the sea, and as food, it's like this. This looks delicious. Garlic. This is called garlic, and it's really used to season your food. Menu knowledge. The basics such as how a dish is prepared, baked, broiled, sauteed, fresh, frozen, daily tasting of the menu items, specials on the wine list, etc. It's basically when the servers can give some opinions about the menu that they have. It's like, oh, I know that the number two is really delicious today. We're doing our effort or something like that. The menu knowledge is just knowing what's on the menu, how is it done, and what's better and what's worst. Okay, lamb. This poor little friend is really delicious right here. This is lamb. It's a type of meat of this animal that it's basically the goats and sheep when they are baby. Lime. Okay, this is a lime, the green ones, and the lemon are the yellow ones. Okay, we usually we call lemon the limes, but it is like this. Lobster. This is usually really expensive, and I don't think it's so good either. Lobster. Meat. Meat is anything related to the flesh of the animal. Okay, so you can have meat of a cow, of pig, or any other kind of animal that can be eaten, even ourselves. You can have human meat. It's just that people don't used to like it, moral and stuff. Okay, oil. Oil is this. We usually use it to cook or other things. Onion. This is the onion, not this. This is celery. These are onions, okay? And we use it also to season our foods. An order. An order is when you ask for the things that you want to eat. For example, you can say that, oh, for my order, I want a cheeseburger pizza. A cheeseburger pizza. Holy damn. Okay, it can happen. Maybe it's a special between a pizza and a cheeseburger. But let's say a cheeseburger, a pizza, and a Diet Coke, and that can be your order. Chili. This is chili. It's like a stew of meat and beans and a lot of vegetables. A lot of people say it's really tasty and really good. I don't say that. Okay, chili pepper. These are the type of pepper, that it's really, really, really spicy. Like even by touching it, you can feel like burning in your fingers or something. Bell pepper. These are the bell peppers. And Cuban peppers. We use both of these in Dominican cuisine to for basically all a lot of things. Our seasonings, or what's the name of that? Or salads. We use it a lot. Okay, and this is also pepper. All of these are pepper. Popcorn. I mean, popcorn. Pork. And this right here is for crackling. Oh my god, I'm salivating. Holy, I want this. This is really, really, really delicious. Pork. Ramen. Ramen is a noodle soup dish that was originally imported from China and has become one of the most popular dishes in Japan in recent decades. This is ramen. It's like a mixture of noodles, and you can have egg, shrimps, meat, a lot of stuff, okay? And in something interesting, in Japan, ramen is considered fast food, and it's really, really delicious. Salt. This is salt. Sauce. This is a sauce. All of the things that you can use to make food more likely for you to be eaten. It's like real good. For example, pizza needs sauce, or else it will be something else and not a pizza. Okay, this looks like a bechamel sauce. Okay, and this is tomato sauce. Shellfish. The shellfish are a type of oysters that are considered a gourmet deliciousness by a lot of people. Those a lot of people are not me. Snails, you remember SpongeBob? You remember Gary? That Gary is a snail, and these people are eating it. That is so bad. Okay, but snails are also considered a really good dish, especially in France. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they consider it. Soda. Sodas are all type of these beverages, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, Canada Dry. All of these are sodas. Soy sauce. This is soy sauce. In Dominican Republic, it's usually known as Chinese sauce. Bit racist. Okay, spice. And spice is anything that makes the food feel with more flavor. Usually spicy flavor. Like you can have that with the peppers and all of this other spice. Okay. Squid is okay. I was going to say this. This is a squid, and you can eat it in multiple forms, like the tentacles of it. You can have squid rings, like onion rings, but with squid. All of this. I don't like the squids. Takeout. Prepared food packaged to be consumed away from its place of sale. It's basically when you buy food to be eaten, and it's not gonna be on the same place that you bought it. It's gonna be like usually when you buy things from McDonald's or Burger King or something like that, and you're not gonna eat it there, they give you a takeout. So they give it in a package that you can carry from a long distance and then eat it in another place. Tuna. This is tuna. Topping. The toppings are the things that you put on top of other things that you want to eat. In this case, it's usually used with sugary things like um, desserts and stuff. For example, in this cupcake, you have chocolate marmalade, but the toppings are the little sprinkles right here. And the topping here can be the cherries and this marmalade. The same with these donuts and this cake. Meatballs are balls of meat. I don't know what were you thinking, but it is meatballs, ball of meat. Really good with the spaghettis. Beef. Beef is the meat of cows. Okay, some other words. Appetizer. An appetizer is what you eat at the beginning of a meal to open or to make you more hungry, okay? To make you hungrier. The blues. Blues is a music genre and musical form which was originated in the deep south of the United States around the 1870s by African Americans from roots in African musical traditions. The blues is usually a really calm and soothing type of music, and maybe you know that already, the blues. Bowl. This is a bowl. These are bowls. Brain. This is the main organ of our bodies that are in our heads. Bunch. A bunch means multiple of something. You can have a bunch of bananas, a bunch of grapes, a bunch of flowers. That is a bunch. Okay, a competition. A competition is when two or more people are doing the same activity to see who does it better or faster, okay? And maybe in both cases, okay? Cookbook. The cookbook is a recipe book where you have a lot of different ways to cook meals, and that is a cookbook, okay? Diet. When you're on a diet, you stop eating a lot of sugary food and you start eating more healthy food to reduce weight. But you also have some diets that are to gain weight, okay? Dish. A dish is basically like a plate with a meal. You can have multiple dishes in a dinner. That's why you have the main dish, the second dish, the dessert, the appetizer, all of those. Dough. The dough is this what's the name for that? This ingredient that we use to make bread or donuts. Or actually, you know the word donuts? It's actually this, and the word nut, donut. That's why it's called like this, because it is made of this material, okay? A driver's license. This is what you need in order to drive legally in the street, because you can drive a car without a license, yeah, but if a police officer stops you, you know you're going to jail, okay? This is a driver's license. Free time. Time for me, okay? We cannot say anything else about this. The free time is time where you don't have to work, where you don't need to study or anything. It's just time for whatever you want. Grill. Grill is the type of cooking where you have like a grill. This is a grill. All of the different um, bars, and you cook it by a lot of fire. That is to grill. Okay. Mixture. A mixture is when you combine two different things. That's why it's called a mix. Also, a mix, when you only say mix, is a short form of mixture. Pan. A pan is this. Okay, a pan is this. We use it to cook. Model or example. A model is basically a representation of something. You can have models of sandwiches, models of. My God, this reminds me of my when I was a little kid. Okay, but yeah, model is a representation of something. Plate. Plates are what we use to put our food. Like here, you see, this plate has something really delicious. Mild chicken tikka masala. Interesting. A recipe. A recipe, as I said before, with the where is it? With a cookbook. A recipe is basically the instructions and the ingredients that you need to make a dish. For example, here we have mild chicken tikka masala. Wow, I feel great only by saying that. It tells you how much time does it need to be made, and what time it needs to be cooked, how many people does it serve, the ingredients that you need, and how do you do it. Okay, this is a recipe. Side is a food item that accompanies the entry or main course at a meal. It's basically that the main course is this stew, and on your side you have a potato mashup, for example. Slice. A slice is a portion of something. You can have a slice of bread, a slice of cake, or a slice of pizza. Oh my God, I'm so hungry right now. A server. Server are the people that serves you the food in a restaurant or something like that. S2. S2 is this. It's basically a type of dish where you have a lot of meat and vegetables in a broth, like cooked together with the sauce of it. A survey. A survey is a set of questions about a topic in order to improve that thing. For example, you can have a customer service, no, a customer survey of the restaurant that you just visited. Like you want to say, oh, I like this part of the service, I didn't like this part, in order for them to improve. Okay? Tablespoon. A tablespoon is the spoon, this item that we use to eat. And there's different type of spoons. We have the tablespoon that is for basically anything. We have the soup spoon, the teaspoon, 5 o'clock teaspoon, demi-teaspoon, egg spoon, okay? So there's multiple for them, but for me it only means this is larger and this is this is smaller. Okay, let's see some adjectives. Delicious. When something is delicious, it's like, it is so good. Okay? And usually referring to food. Ethnic. Something ethnic is something related to a country or a culture. Okay? Juicy. Juicy is something when it has a lot of juice. For example, this meat is juicy because you can still see the blood of it, or also called the juice. Okay? I personally don't like this, but a lot of people think and feel that it's way better like that. Okay? Lean. When something is leaning, for example, this is leaning. It's like being on top of another thing. Marinated. When you marinate something, it's when it's put a lot of time in a type of liquid so the meat can absorb the properties of that liquid. Okay, that's how you marinate something, and when it's marinated is when it's already happened. That okay. Melted, it's when it's, for example, something that is really cold or it's ice, and then it's start being liquid. Okay, it's melted. Rich. Something rich is something with a lot of properties, okay? Soothing. Soothing is having a gently calming effect. For example, this picture is soothing. You see it, you see it, and you feel like better, like, oh my god, I'm so relaxed right now. Strange, unusual, or surprising. Difficult to understand or explain. Something strange is something really weird. For example, this house, how do you what what's happened? Okay, that feeling is strange. Tempting. When you feel tempted, it's exactly what this girl is feeling right now. She's seeing this cake. I shouldn't eat it, but it's so close. She's being tempted. Okay, that cake is tempt. Actually, that cake is not so good looking. But let me see. Or what was it? What was it? This is really tempting. You see a slice of pizza, and it's like, I'm on a diet, but hmm. Okay, let's continue. Tough. Of a substance or an object. So, as an object or a substance can be tough. It's strong enough to withstand adverse condition or a rough or careless handling. When something is tough, it's like you can throw it and it's gonna be okay. For example, this meat, this I think this is pork. It's really tough, and we need something like a hammer to make it a little bit blonder. Okay. Anxious. Anxious is what you're feeling when you have a lot of homework to do. Anxious is what you're feeling when you need to get a lot of money and you don't have time. It's like you're thinking a lot about something, you're having a lot of problems and you don't know how to solve it, but you know that you can solve it. It's just that you don't have the answer right away. That is feeling anxious. Clay. This is clay, this material, and you can use clay to make different things. This is like a pot that this person is making. Depressed. Depressed is when you're clinically and really, really, really sad. It's like when you don't even have a reason or you have too many reasons to be sad, so you become depressed. Irritable. It's someone that can be easily annoyed by anything. It's like a person that you don't like starts talking and you're like, ugh. Then you can be irritable, okay? Low. Low can also mean unhappy. I'm feeling low. It means that I'm feeling sad or unhappy. Secure. When something is secure is when you can be sure that nothing bad is going to happen to it, okay? Stress. There's a difference between stress and anxious. Anxious, you're thinking about the things. Stress, you're doing the things and you're feeling bad because you're doing all of those things at the same time or you have a lot of things to take in mind, okay? Anxious is just thinking about it. Let's see some verbs. To bake. When you bake is when you cook something in an oven, okay? And then you bake. To boil. When you boil something is when you cook it by putting water on it and put it a lot of fire on in a high temperature. To fry. To fry is the same to boil, but in oil, okay? To grill, as I said before, it's, okay, this is a grill, but to grill is to cook in this way, okay? It's both a noun and a verb. To roast. When you roast is when you burn the outside of something to make it crunchy and the inside stays warm and soft. Oh my god, I need to eat something. Okay? Steam. Steam is a type of cooking where you use steam. You see this white cloud-like thing here? That is steam, okay? To toast. Okay? As you can see, they are being toasted. To poach. Some poach is like similar to boil, but you don't let it completely cook. It's like in the middle between cooked and uncooked. Calm down. To calm down is to like when you're, for example, feeling stressed or anxious, and then you start feeling normal again. Okay, it's like I calm down. I just calm down. Okay. Cheer up. To cheer up is to become happier. Hey, cheer up. It's like saying to start being a little bit happier. To chop. When you chop is when you cut something with a knife or something like that. Like, okay. Contain. Contain implies the actual presence of a specified substance or quantity within something. For example, it's like when you buy a chocolate bar and it says it contains milk. So if you are intolerant to milk, then you know that you cannot eat that type of chocolate, okay? It's like the bread that says that contains gluten. If you don't want to eat gluten, then you know that you cannot eat that bread, okay? Cool. Something cool is something refreshing, okay? All of this has a lot of water, so it's refreshing. Cover. To cover is to put on something on top of another thing. In this case, they are covering the food so any animals or insects can take it. To cry. I think we all know what is cry. Look at this person. Look at how sad he is. When you feel really, really, really sad, you start crying, and a lot of water come from your eyelids, and then you'll relieve stress. Cut up. To cut up is also to cut something, okay? Fit. To be the right size or shape for someone or something. This doesn't fit him, but this fits him, okay? It's exactly the size that he needs, and this is not the size that he needs. Heat. Heat is what we feel in Dominican Republic at almost every time of the year. High temperatures, okay? Influence. When you influence somebody is when you, or other things, is like by the things that you do or the things that you say to other people, you change their view of the world or you change their behavior. For example, this person can say, oh my god, pizza with pineapple, it's really good. And he influences these other three people. And the same happens with all of these people, and then everybody thinks that pizza with pineapple is really good, because it is. Okay, very good. Marinate. Okay, as we saw before, marinated is the when a thing is going through the process of marinate. And when you marinate is when you put meat to absorb liquids. Mash. When you mash is when you do this. For example, you can have mashed potatoes. You take a lot of potatoes and you mash them with something like this. To mix. When you mix something is when you take different things and you put them together and move it a lot to become only one thing. Outsmart. To outsmart something or someone, it's to defeat or get better of someone by being clever or cunning. It's like when you outsmart someone is when you have better ideas than the other person and you do something better than them, okay? Pop. Make a light explosive sound. To pop, that's why it's called popcorn, because it's corn that pops. That would be pop, okay? Pour. When you pour something is when you put a liquid inside of something. You can pour beer, pour water, pour cream in a coffee. Refrigerate. When you refrigerate something is when you put it in a proper temperature so it can stay good for longer. Relieve stress. When you relieve stress is when you start feeling better. For example, you are stressed or anxious and you start listening to calming music and then you relieve the stress. Also, when you cry, you relieve stress. To roll out. When you roll out is when you move this, for example, this tool for like something like a dog like this, and you move it, you roll it out for all of these places, okay? Shake. When you shake is when you move something in the same space a lot. For example, this mouse, this cursor, I'm shaking it right now, okay? They are shaking hands. You can say that too when you hold the hand on another person and you say hello. That's a way. Shake hands. You can shake this thing that the bartenders use to make to mix the different liquids, or you can shake your hands like, okay. Spread. When you spread is when you oh my god, that's a lot of butter. Okay, when you spread is when you take something and you put it on top of another thing and you put it all the way around. For example, here he's not taking just a bit of butter and put it in a place. No, no, no. He's putting it in all of the place of the slice of bread. Squeeze. When you squeeze is when you take something with your hands and you press it against your hand to get the liquid out of it. You can squeeze lemons, for example. To stand up, you're sitting down and then you stand up. To stir. When you stir is when you're cooking something and in order so it doesn't burn on the back part here, you start moving it, okay? That is to stir. When you move the food when you're cooking. Turn over. To make a particular amount of money in a particular time. For example, if you turn something over or it turns over, it is moved to the top part is now facing downward, okay? For example, here we have an omelette and you can turn it over and now this part will be on the top. Let's see some adverbs. From time to time is the same as occasionally, sometimes, but signify a few lives lost in a century or two. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. It is a natural manure. Oh wow, Thomas Jefferson. Very good. Lightly. Something that is gently, delicately, or softly. Its relatively small amounts are in low density. Something lightly is something that is not too much. Okay, very good. Now, that's all of the vocabulary for today. Oh my god, almost 30 minutes. But it means a lot of things to learn. Now we're gonna be starting with the book, with the topic for the day, the unit for today. Unit 4, have you ever tried it? Okay? And we're gonna come back to the grammar part when we get here. But to start, we know that we're gonna be talking in this unit about describing past personal experience. And on the next class, we're gonna be discussing food, recipes, and cooking methods. A lot of things that we saw before, okay? So to start, here we have a snapshot. Traditional dishes from around the world. Okay, so here we have different dishes. In the Lebanon, we have kibeh labanie. Sorry for the pronunciation if it was incorrect. And it's lamb or beef meatballs cooked in yogurt with spices. Interesting. In South Korea, we have galbi, that is Korean style barbecued meat. I would really like to try this out. Singapore, gulai kepala ikan. Okay, interesting name. A dish made from a fish head cooked in a rich curry sauce. I'm not so interested in trying this. And we have something in Brazil called moqueca. Fish and shellfish stew cooked in a coconut milk in a clay pot. Interesting. Very good. Okay, let's continue. Here we have now a conversation. It's called I've never heard of that. Okay, and here we're gonna be seeing something related to the grammar of today. So if you notice here, what is the tense of this sentence? I've never heard of that. That is present perfect. So let's pay close attention to the grammar that they are using on this conversation, and also listen to the second part and answer this question. How did Aiden like the snails, and what else did he order? Okay, so Aiden is gonna try some snails. Interesting. Okay, so let's listen.
Unit 4. Have you ever tried it? Page 22. Exercise 2. Conversation. I've never heard of that. Part A. Listen and practice.
Hey, this sounds strange. Frog legs with butter and garlic sauce. Have you ever eaten frog legs?
Yes, I have. I had them here just last week.
Did you like them?
Yes, I did. They were delicious. Why don't you try some?
No, I don't think so. I'm a little scared of them.
Have you decided on an appetizer yet?
Yes, I'll have a small order of frog legs, please.
And you, sir?
I think I'll have the snails.
Snails? That's adventurous of you.
Page 22. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. How did Aiden like the snails? What else did he order?
Oh, good. Here comes our server now.
Here are your frog legs. And for you, sir, the snails.
Thank you.
These frog legs are delicious. How are the snails?
Well, I think they're... Yuck. Oh, sorry. I guess snails are too strange for me. I think I'm gonna order something else, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I really don't care for this appetizer. Could you bring me something else?
Yes, of course. What would you like instead?
Try the frog legs.
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you what. Just forget an appetizer for me and bring me a nice, juicy steak with French fries and a large soda.
Okay, very good. He went with the easy way out. Okay, but let's see. How did Aiden like the snails, and what else did he order? Aiden didn't like the snails at all. Well, I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't like it either. And what he ordered then? He ordered a nice, juicy steak with French fries and a large soda. I wish to have that dinner, actually. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. Let's see a part of pronunciation before going to the grammar for today. Okay, so let's see. For the pronunciation of today, we have consonant clusters. Okay, and these are two different consonants having the same pronunciation. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's listen to this part and then we're gonna practice. Okay, let's listen.
Page 23. Exercise 3. Pronunciation. Consonant clusters. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice how the two consonants at the beginning of a word are pronounced together. Scan.
Skim. Start.
Step. Smart.
Smile. Snack.
Snow. Spare.
Speak. Brown.
Gray. Blue.
Play.
Okay, very good. As you notice here, in these cases with the consonant clusters, we have two different consonants together, one next to the other, and you pronounce both of them at the same time. Like saying scam, scan, scheme, start, step, smart, smile, snack, snow, spare, speak, brown, brown, gray, blue, play. Okay? This is what happens with the consonant clusters. You pronounce both consonants in these cases at the same time. Okay? Very good. Now let's go right away to the grammar focus for today, and it's gonna be simple past versus present perfect. Okay? Very good. So before going to this part, as always, we have some different resources for the grammar of today, and we're going to be seeing this past simple tense versus present perfect tense, and what are the difference between these two. Okay, first of all, let's see some main difference between each one of them. The past simple is used for finished time, things that happened and ended in the past. Okay, so we can say that we lived, simple past, we lived in Japan in from 1999 to 1998. It started here and it finished here, and that's it. Okay, but for present perfect, we use it for unfinished time, things that started in the past but haven't finished until now. For example, I have worked, present perfect. I have worked as a teacher since 2011. Did I stop working as a teacher? No. So it is unfinished time, and that's why we use present perfect. Also, for definite time, a specific time in a day, in a specific date. I saw the Eiffel Tower in 2007. Definite time is 2007. We know exactly when it was. But we would use present perfect for indefinite time. We don't specify the moment. I have seen the Eiffel Tower. When? I don't know. I don't want to say it. It's just in a time that is not defined. Okay? For a series of finished actions, we use the past simple. Okay? Finished actions. He read the book and then he watched a movie. All of this finished and it was in the past. But for present perfect, we use it for experiences to ask whether if you have done it or not. Have you seen this movie? Have you teach in college, for example? Have you studied English? All of this is experience. It's not something that necessarily finished. It's just an experience to know whether you have done it or not. And we also use past simple for repeated actions. He went to the cinema every weekend last year. Okay, things that happens a lot in the past. But for the present perfect, we use for results. Okay, she has already watched this movie 3 times. Okay, this is the result. Very good. Now, after seeing this, it's gonna be way more easier to understand the grammar in the book. It's gonna be way more easier. Okay, so as we were saying, we use the simple past for experience at a definite time in the past and a specific time in the past, and it's usually that we finished it. And we use the present perfect for experiences within a time period up to the present, things that are not finished. If you use the present perfect, you started in the past, but you're continuing now. And if you use simple past, you did it in the past and you finished in the past and it's not present anymore. For example, have you ever eaten frog legs? Here we have present perfect. So we're talking about an experience in any moment in the past. And if you say, yes, I have, I tried them last month, it means here we are using simple past, so we know it's a definite time in the past, last month. We started doing in the past and we finished in the past, okay? Did you like them? Yes, I did. They were delicious. Okay, in the past they were delicious, that's it. It finished. But let's see. Have you ever been to a Vietnamese restaurant? We're asking like any time from the past until now. And the answers, no, I haven't, but I ate at a Thai restaurant last night. Okay, using the simple past, talking about the definite time in the past. Did you go alone? This is in past too. No, I went with some friends. Okay, very good. I hope that you understand this part. And as always, let's do a small exercise. You're gonna be completing these conversations by using the correct words and the correct verbs in the past or present perfect. Okay, so take your time to complete, and then we're gonna check. Okay. Okay, I hope that you have finished. And now let's check. Number 1. Have you ever eaten sushi? Yes, I have. In fact, I ate some just last week. Number 2. Have you ever tried Moroccan food? No, I haven't, but I'd like to. Did you have breakfast today? Yes, I did. I ate a huge breakfast. Number 4. Have you ever been to a picnic at the beach? Yes, I have. My family and I had a picnic on the beach last month. We cooked hamburgers. Number 5. Did you cook dinner last night? Yes, I did. I made a spaghetti with tomato sauce. Spaghetti and meatballs. Okay, very good. Okay, I hope you understand this part and you have all of your answers correct. Now let's go to a listening. Have you ever tried this before? Okay, you're gonna listen to 6 people ask questions in a restaurant, and are they talking about these items? You're gonna write yes or no, a Y or an N. And for the no's, the ands, you're gonna write to what they might be talking about instead. Okay, so you're gonna listen. I'm going to play it only once, but you can listen as much times as you want. Okay, so let's listen.
Page 23. Exercise 5. Listening. Have you tried this before? Part A. Listen to 6 people ask questions in a restaurant. Are they talking about these items? Write Y, yes, or N, no. 1,
Have you finished with this?
No, I'm still drinking it, thanks.
2,
Have you tried this before?
Yes, I have. And it's just as delicious as it smells.
3,
Did you taste it?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for the waitress to bring me a fork.
4,
Have you ever eaten this here? I ate it once, but I didn't like it. I think it was cooked for too long.
5,
How is it?
Great, just the way I like it. Black and strong.
6,
Did you ask the waiter for it?
Yes, and it's my treat this time. You paid last time.
Okay, very good. Now, remember, if you need to listen again, just go back in the video. But now, let's check. Number 1. No, it is cheese. Number 2. No, it was not the check. Number 3. Yes, it was a cake. Number 4. Yes, it was meat. Number 5. No, it wasn't water. And number 6. No, it wasn't the menu. Okay? Very good. Okay, very good. I hope that you liked the class for today. It was way long, but I hope that you could learn a lot of stuff as well. Okay, so on the next class, we're gonna be continuing with the rest of the Unit 4. We're gonna discuss food recipes and cooking methods. Okay, so see you on the next time. Bye.